Oh, stupid. I was supposed to check out these 2 hero high videos. You know what? Let's check these out too first real quick, and then I'll go to the restroom. I think I can hold it. I don't need to pee that bad. Though I do kind of... My tummy's kind of rumbly. I took some medicine for my bubble guts. And I gotta be real with you. Hero high he better talk quick.
Crazy stuff happening in the VTuber space lately. All the Cinder stuff, the raccoon stuff, Kirsha leaflet stuff that just happened, and now also, recently, VTuber Scoo-chan, hopefully I said that right, but yeah, Scoo-chan got some crazy hate from a Twitter freak type getting like 2,500 likes on a tweet that was getting all mad at her because she had the audacity to disagree with feminist extremists trying to incite violence against people and like advocating for violence.
Now, I had heard about this. Ooh, hold on, what's going on?
There's been so much crazy stuff happening in the VTuber space.
Okay, yeah, I had heard about 2 VTubers getting doxxed effectively for...
Lately, and
effectively just for saying that men should be respected, but...
way because she's also standing up for men, and in particular, her situation looked...
Alright, hold on.
There's been so much crazy stuff happening in the VTuber space lately. All the Cinder stuff, the raccoon stuff, Kirsha leaflet stuff that just happened, and now also...
It's just really weird because it's only specifically up to there that it freaking loads.
So, recently, VTuber Scoo-chan...
It looks like it's buffering fine now.
But yeah, Scoo-chan got some crazy hate from a Twitter freak type getting like 2,500 likes on a tweet that was getting all mad at her because she had the audacity to disagree with feminist extremists trying to incite violence against people and like advocating for violence against people.
It's freaking go, it's fine.
Similarly, Kitsu has had a lot of harassment sent her way because she's also standing up for him.
So I hadn't heard too much about Scoo-chan, although I have, I definitely believe it at this point. It's kind of why I wanted to go over this. Kitsu is who I had been like keeping up with. I saw that this whole situation was happening
too. In particular, her situation, looking at it, she had like this crazy stalker for a number of weeks. So she's been dealing with like all kinds of crazy stuff for a while. But that's culminated over the last 24 hours or so with these extremists also doxing her. So yeah, we'll get all the context to that stuff. That's just like the prelude, the intro. Now on to the madness. I saw this tweet going around yesterday. You can see it's got 2,500 likes. But first, let's get the context to what they're responding to, that being this tweet from May 12th from Scoo-chan, who says, "The amount of people in the comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me."
Okay. So actually, I have seen this clip. The short is literally all over the place. Right now, like going all over the place.
Love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. That responding to this clip that was getting a ton of traction on Twitter. You can see here, 146,000 likes, 44.2 million views. And we'll take a brief scroll through this clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing because you know how YouTube DMCA can be. And then I'll show you this.
Honestly, this right here, it kind of hits home with me a little bit. Mainly because I have a friend. She is a wonderful person who recently got into a relationship with somebody, and they're such a cute couple.
Synopsis for this anime. So it's from this anime, Josie Tutora. Synopsis being, he quit with his...
It almost like, it's a situation, I didn't want to like get too much into it because I feel like it's a personal story, but let's just say that it was like, it's a situation where, a friend of mine who happens to be wheelchair bound, lives in a different, like far away, let's say a different state, and like they basically like were not able to meet each other, see each other for so long, and finally after like the whole situation, like I don't want to get too far into it again. This is very personal, very like between them. Very recently, they were able to finally like see each other in person, and finally like basically do exactly this, like have a relationship, like an actual genuine relationship. It's freaking beautiful. It's like been so long. This is a long story coming. It's not like it's something recently that happened. They're married now at this point, and so it's like the story's just so cute. I love it.
Passion for diving and admiration for marine biology. University student Sunio Suzukawa tries his best to juggle several part-time jobs to earn enough money to study abroad.
I
But one
freaking love
night, in
that
a
clip.
fateful
It's
accident,
so wholesome.
he meets a girl in a wheelchair, driving his current path into a detour. The girl, Kumiko, who prefers to be called Josie, initially comes off as rude. Sunio, however, is then convinced by Josie's grandmother to take on the paid job to be Josie's caretaker. Despite being annoyed with her bossy demeanor, Sunio sees the opportunity to save more funds to support his academic dream. Nevertheless, after putting up Josie's behavior for some time, Sunio tries to quit, only to discover Josie's dreams of traversing the outside world to experience a life free from her crippling condition. Changing his mind, Sunio decides to accompany Josie in exploring the wonders that the world has to offer. Through their time together, the two begin to realize that the traits that bind them may be vital toward fulfilling their respective aspirations. So yeah, once again, then this clip gets posted to Twitter. Scoo-chan responds, saying, "The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money." And yeah, in the responses to that clip, there were all kinds.
I'm not gonna like try to freaking like. I'm not gonna try to like glory or whatever you call it, virtue signal or anything like that. But I have been fortunate enough to have a very, very dear, close person to me as well, who happened to be in an unfortunate situation similar as well.
Toxic responses like this one,
and
weird since most men abandon their disabled and chronically ill spouses.
Absolutely, it like. I feel like most men, honestly, would love to have just a wholesome, fulfilling relationship, despite, like, the sort of, like, let's say tougher, life-changing events. I've seen many, many situations where a lot of men, not only in my family, but in my extended family, friends, as well, that have people in their lives that are very similar. Hell, some of my personal family members are either in like, I have some family members that are mute. I have some family members that are deaf. Some that are literal vegetables. Yet their partners still stick with them.
That getting a community note that says, "This claim most likely refers to a widely cited 2015 study suggesting that men are more likely to leave their disabled or chronically ill spouses. This was retracted due to a coding error that invalidated its conclusions." Other weird people.
Wait, really?
Suggesting that men are more likely.
Wow, so even the freaking study that was made by it was wrong.
To leave their disabled or chronically ill spouses.
Damn,
this
Raven
was
only
due to a code.
Raven only thanks. Damn, you spreading lies.
Coding error that invalidated its conclusions. Other weird people taking a different approach. For example, this comment that says, "That's a little girl. This is weird."
It's literally not. What is wrong with you? Bro's got personal issues to deal with.
Community note saying she's 24. Or this one, for example, that says, "You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority." You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. Huh? No, most men do not abuse disabled people. OP's like, "Did you even try to think before telling that lie? We know this is demonstrably false because we know most disabled people are abused, so at least half of those doing that are men. That's just..."
What the hell kind of backwards ass logic is that? By your logic, then women also abuse. What the frick? What kind of stupid logic is that?
From common sense, it gets exponentially worse looking at.
But using that same exact logic, that means women are also abusive to crippled people.
The actual data you mentioned showed that less than 25% of men left their disabled partners, which, if you didn't know, is way less than 75%.
Less than 25% of men. Damn.
On to hit us with
That's pretty good.
Text. Activate my trap card. Not mere force. Wall of text. And people responding to this saying things like, "This doesn't really debunk what he said." Yeah, that's what he said. This is in absolutely no way an indication that the majority of men abuse people with disabilities, you frickin' numpty. Claims evidence, cites a survey. Surveys are not evidence. In fact, their use in research papers discredit research institutions as a whole. We're not going to go read that whole thing. I'm just giving you some examples of like the toxic comments, right? So let's get back to the main point. That being Scoo-chan pointing out the toxic responses and how people are so bizarre to get angry over this minute-and-a-half almost anime clip, where we then get this person suffering from complete political brain rot, responding to Scoo-chan, getting 2,500 likes on this response that reads, "Another VTuber grifting to the right, using culture war as the focal point of their politics." And posting 2 screenshots, one of a video Scoo-chan made that says, "Scoo is shocked at how violent feminists are on the internet," and the second one saying, "Scoo is fed up with women punching down on men." But let's go.
It's freaking wild because it's kind of like, well, if you don't want other VTubers like making videos on it, maybe you should stop doing it, and then there wouldn't be any content for them to make videos on.
Back to the first one here, you can see the thumbnail. Why are they like this? And showing a tweet where someone said, "I would love to grab her by the hair," and redacted her face against the fridge in response to a woman posting a picture of herself, presumably with the hashtag tradwife and feminine. And the second one showing this comparison between like women's romance and men's romance. And so
I gotta be completely honest with you. In my entire life, I have noticed that there is nobody hates women the way that women hate women. I mean, the #1 hater for women is always women. They freaking hate your guts. Wow.
People called this person out for their brain rot take. Here's my response saying, "So this VTuber Scoo-chan made some takes that disagreed with unhinged feminists inciting violence against innocent people, and your response was to get upset at Scoo-chan, bring up politics, the culture war, and call her a grifter? What?" Going back to that person's take, we can see other responses such as Akuma Miko saying, "Fellas, is it political to be a man?" Nani
Apparently, yes. Apparently, if you're a man, it's a political take.
The Ghost Cat VTuber saying, "Caring about and respecting men does not make you a bad person. You're welcome." Shuonhead even leaving a response that says, "Didn't know who this was, but checked out their channel because of this tweet. They're super cute and funny. Thanks."
Hey,
Smugly
Shuonhead!
laughing and saying, "Let's go." And Scoo-chan also
Shuonhead is
saying,
amazing.
"I love you so much." Check out this exchange where Rosie Belmu responds, and the OP also responds to Rosie.
Hey, Rosie Belmu! I freaking love her too! I've seen her on Twitter. She's freaking great.
This person
Hot
doesn't know
avatar,
about
freaking
politics.
hot,
I'm
hot.
so confused genuinely. Why are we attacking her? The OP Lycion saying, "These are obvious political topics. I got these screenshots from her official YouTube channel. They literally mentions feminists and punching down in the title. Those aren't just speaking well about men."
No, they're factual though. So, like, I don't understand how that, like, justifies you attacking her.
Rosie says, I guess I don't
On
understand
the internet,
that
like, actually attacking. Calm down.
I've seen many titles of people ranging from feminism to vegan, etc., who are just very loud on Twitter. Usually they don't represent the normal majority for whatever group and use it as a shield. And it's good to call out when people like this are being crazy online. And I don't really get the meme comp thumb being an issue. Also, is she even from the US? I just feel like 2 thumbnails meaning this conclusion feels in bad faith. This complete wacko then responds to Rosie and says, "The issue is that this women punching down on men have it so bad, thing is a fabricated incel narrative."
But if it is, then there wouldn't be any content for her to show then, would it?
It's a subset of sexless, women-hating a-holes making up an issue to distract from women's problems, or outright saying they're deserved, and she just wants the money. What the frick, dude?
What money?
Rosie's like, okay, but the post doesn't say that. What you're saying isn't even the post we're talking about. Is this your own lore added with no context? It's exhausting.
Literally, yes. They just assume. A lot of the people that make these, like, stupid arguments on Twitter literally just assume whatever the frick. And just, like, they just put, like, you say one thing, and they basically put, like, 20 other things on you and basically say this is what you believe.
The irony of this person talking about fabricated incel narratives as they literally do the thing that they're getting mad at and accusing other people of doing. Zero self-awareness. Unfortunately, a common thing to see on the internet. The good news is it seems to come from a minority of toxic, weird people, and they are getting more and more pushback from everyone else these days. And all of that takes us over to Kitsu's response, quote tweeting Lycion and saying, "As this is something that was done to me, screw you. Screw you, screw the woke, screw the extremist left BS. Women supporting men exist. You are only bitter because no man wants you." Look how...
Damn! I mean, a pretty freaking base take, I'll be completely honest. Let's be fair, though, like, right, like, I'm not saying it's only ugly women, but it is odd that most of the people that hate men are either women that are ugly or it's women that have really bad problems with their ex-boyfriends or their husbands or their dads or their freaking like brothers. Like they got some kind of like deep problem with somebody in their life that's a man, so they just like get this whole freaking like hatred of men, freaking like insanity, this like freaking infatuation that they just gotta freaking go and like spread the hatred. And there's also men that do the same thing for women too. But I'm just saying, we're not really talking about them right now, are we? But it's a thing that exists on both sides. I don't know what it's for. It's just it's just interesting that they happen to be, a lot of them happen to be really ugly chicks.
Base this is. Person says you are about to get jumped so hard. Kitsu's just like, I don't care anymore. I don't even care. Oh my gosh, look at this pathetic response though. Kitsu seems nice, but like, this stuff she says just platforms a lot of genuinely harmful rhetoric.
No, it doesn't. It's literally just saying... She literally says, F the extremist left BS. That's the most, that's the most passionate statement here. And then women supporting men exists. In what way is that genuinely harmful rhetoric? This yellow force person is an idiot. They're stupid.
Yeah, the people harassing, like...
Then there's the crony clip about women. Do you have a link to the clip?
Like
Which clip?
Stuff. But no, get mad at the people for calling that out. Come on, dude. That's
if you got a link, let me get it. Otherwise, I'll look it up right now.
It takes us to this tweet where Kitsu says, "Well, cat's out of the bag. A lot of you have seen it by now. I've been doxxed. Authorities have already been informed. And you know why I've been doxxed? Because I dared say I support men. If you see it, kindly report the post. Thank you."
It's weird. What did I just say? What did I just say? The number one hater of women is women. There is nobody on this planet that hates women the same way that women hate women. Kitsu literally just said, and she's German. She had nothing to do with nothing with the Western. Well, I guess Western. I don't know. Forget. Anyway, point is, she has nothing to do with everything happening here, with the whole like feminist movement in the U.S. and all that. Different culture. They're gonna dox her. Wow. Wow, how terrible women are to women, am I right? What's this clip? Let me check this out real quick. GG!
Oh beautiful.
It's a good view from here, though.
So large. What a good...
I gotta say, I'll move out the way. I literally I'm not gonna say just discovered. I knew about a lot of these chicks. I just started getting into Gigi's content. She's wild, man. She's a psycho. I love her. She's just my kind of attitude. She's all kinds of loud.
Bridge.
Her freaking crash outs are legendary.
My god. Oh, wait. How do we get back up? Whee! Whee! Did everyone fall down?
Okay,
Is she
that's
up
Crony.
here? I'm up. I'm... Uh-oh. Oh no! Where is she?
I don't know, she drowned, I think?
So she fell! This place is beautiful but dangerous. Where
Just like
are
women.
you?
Just like women. Beautiful and dangerous.
They're so beautiful and dangerous.
Dude, women are dangerous. Don't talk to women.
Yes.
That's why I avoid them. I never speak to them.
Are you listening? Do not speak to women. You make eye contact, look away. They're dangerous. They will take everything
Absolutely.
from
Wait,
They'll take half. Well, not everything. They'll take half.
you.
She had a see, gentlemen. She had a moment of honesty. She knows. Straight from the horse's mouth. Well, the time. Deity's mouth.
Is that what you wanted to say?
No, not what I wanted to say.
Oh, absolutely. It's totally true. It's true. She knows it's true.
We'll wait for you.
Bet you wish you could turn back time now, don't you?
No, we're just sharing.
What can we say, gentlemen? What can we say? Bam. Heard it from the
Okay,
horse's
other than
mouth.
that, some people come at me and be like, "How could you get doxxed when you posted your face?"
Hey,
yourself?
don't talk to him. See, you talk to a woman. And you said men deserve love, and you got doxxed. You see, Kitsu. Well, this is why you gotta be scared. I'm gonna go sit. I'm gonna hang out back over here.
In regards to
I feel like
and
Hero
yeah,
Hate's
she's
hugging me right here.
Completely right about that. But the good news is,
Oh yeah.
they can't stop her.
Yeah,
She's
Papa
just
Hero
fine.
Hate.
Seems like she's in good spirits. She's handling this pretty
Yeah, tell
well.
him.
She's been streaming for like hours today. I checked briefly on her stream and it seemed like she's like chilling, having a good time. So these Twitter freaks basically accomplished nothing.
Okay, I legit had some people come at me to be like, how can you get doxxed when you posted your face yourself? There's more than just faces in regards to personal information, yeah.
And only made themselves.
First of all, anybody that's a VTuber, or likes the VTuber culture, you know damn well that showing that, like, basically, even if the VTuber themselves has shown their face in the past, you know damn well that, like, unless the VTuber themselves has come out and said, it's okay. Oh, my freaking face broke! What the frick? There we go. Yeah, internet went down for a second. Alright, what else? It'll come back up in a second. Anybody in the VTuber sphere knows that if you freaking show someone's freaking face, and you put their freaking, like, and you put their VTuber model, sorry, the freaking stream, like, is still not back up. And if you put their freaking, but for the VOD, we're still here, right? If you put their freaking face next to any image of them, like IRL, next to their VTuber model, that's effectively what you're trying to do. You're trying to dox them. You're trying to, like, show that this is the person that they are, and it's just disrespectful to a VTuber in general. But of course, we know damn well that it's not just a quick little, like, oh, we showed your face. No, she's probably talking about, like, her house, her information, her data, her real full name, like, stuff like that.
And all their rhetoric.
I would assume.
Will look even worse.
Your private
then
email.
On top of that, though, she's been dealing with this freaking stalker, like a literal stalker, since April. Saying here, you know what, since this guy is harassing me over supporting men, I will say it again. Men deserve love. Simple. And we can see this person who's like obsessed with her and been stalking her has made a ton of different accounts that she keeps blocking on.
Yeah, sorry, internet went down for a sec. I don't know why.
Harassment, she's had stalkers, people obsessed with her, trying to ruin her life.
That happened the other day too. I gotta, like,
once again,
check up, see what the hell's going on.
Making some of the most reasonable takes you possibly can, such as men deserve love. That's it. For another example, I think this tweet she made back on March 15th was one of the ones that initially got all these weirdos going after her to begin with. Where
men deserve to be loved and treated right. Thank you.
She said, men deserve to be loved and treated right. And this got her responses like, oh, shut up. No, they don't. Interaction bait. Nobody cares. Men deserve nothing. Blocked.
I mean, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying there's probably, you know...
This is VTuber speak.
What are the chances you think that all these ladies are, like, gorgeous in a healthy, loving relationship with a guy? You know what I'm saying?
For I need more donations. Of course, it's a frickin' VTuber saying this. All you do is pander to gooner incel dudes who probably have a parasocial relationship with you. Men are not oppressed.
She didn't say they're oppressed, you psychopath! What the hell? She said they deserve to be loved and treated right. For good gracious!
Bro, look at this one at the very top. I'm not even gonna repeat that one.
Men deserve hate and we should start publicly Xing them. What the hell is wrong with these people? They're psychos!
If you're not watching this video though, it's basically a take calling for men to all be publicly life-ended. It's a freaking crazy thing to say. And right below that, whole society, religion, and state is made to coddle them. What more do you want? And just to clarify, if you're not watching, I mean, like, if you're listening to your audio only right now, you know, that's what I mean. One more example of these sort of people getting really upset at Kitsu, and there are many, many examples. I'm just not going through all of them in this video, of course, but we'll take a look at this one, where she said, I hate feminism, and this person's like, girl, you need to shut the F up.
Now, here's the problem, is that, the modern version of feminism is stupid. The classic examples of feminism are really, really good and should, frankly, still be looked at, but, the problem is you got a lot of psychopaths, like the one saying, like, we should, like, murder men. Like, that's, like, ain't no, like, that's just psychos. That's asylum behavior.
So mad. Kitsu responds saying, I already stated this, but modern feminism is toxic and not needed anymore in the West. The first wave of feminism was amazing. If you can't realize that modern feminism is toxic, then you're part of the problem. This other person says, if this is your way of gaining fans, it's very pathetic and embarrassing. Pathetic and embarrassing, huh? That actually describes people going after Kitsu pretty dang well. And so, little bonus here at the end. I actually just got sent some DMs from Kitsu, DMs that she's getting from a complete psychopaths. Like, I don't even know how to put into words how freaking crazy these people are. Look at this stuff, man. She got a DM that says, you are not safe with
They're so freaking hard. They're so freaking, like, hard. Like, these freaking these Twitter users.
Emojis? What the frick? They're probably not random. This person probably put some thought into it. Just thinking, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use these. But, like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah, this'll scare her. This'll scare her into not supporting men.
She gets this DM that talks about, like, I don't want to repeat this, dude. It's so bad. Like, talks about laughing if the cops ended up, like, breaking into her house because the docs, like, swatting her and freaking, you know, doing that stuff to her. You're freaking psycho.
Women, am I right?
Says, I'm certain nobody would miss you. And then look at this. This is a bunch of DMs that she's getting from who seems to be that, like, stalker of hers. This is just so crazy. Look what this person says. I just want to let you know a few things. Let's just say that I can't promise that myself and others won't get hurt if things get out of hand.
Yeah, that's a silent behavior. Yeah, they need that person should be locked up. Honestly,
What?
I don't think they're a danger to themselves. Realistically speaking, here.
Oh my gosh. Misandry is the culture of the world. You all deserve to suffer. I live only for my beloved, but the world will always bring out my despair. Bro.
Oh nah, this one of those like 14-year-old that thinks that they're in an anime. Oh, you stupid.
Thinks he's the main character.
Yeah, for real.
My beloved was the only
No, they
one.
probably think they're a vampire too. I'm gonna be real with you. I am nothing. Oh, I'm so edgy, bro. I'm so edgy that, in fact, my edges are I'm so freaking goth that my edges are disappearing to nothingness. That's why I'm nothing. I don't even have edges.
You protected me over a year ago. Keep your fake sympathy to yourself, because humanity is too screwed up to have any left. You don't know how much I've... Whoa, we ain't reading that part. Talks about how much they want to take the lives of other people is what they said there. So much, and I only resisted for my beloved. Hidden
Oh yeah, they totally think they're a vampire or something stupid.
media... Oh, wait, what? Okay, it's not hidden anymore.
Oh yeah, I told you, it's some 14-year-old psychopath that thinks they live in an anime. Yeah, that's not a real person. They're not gonna bang you. They don't exist. You're just stupid.
I was expecting something a lot worse than that. They say, here's what an example of someone who can actually have sympathy, kind, sweet, wholesome, and reserved. The type of wholesome...
They're also not real. They don't exist. They were made up by a man. A man made that character up. A man imagined that person and made them because they're fake. They're not real.
Some person who gives head pats and snuggles to their loved ones. They have sympathy. You don't. You think all of your fans are tards. You escalate drama constantly, and it's why you got doxxed. Why should I believe someone like you has sympathy when you don't care about your own community? You say they're tards, and you even did today. Vtubers like yourself still feel sad that your harassment campaign over AI art failed, and you're not passive enough to actually have sympathy? That's why I did this. Misandry is the culture of the world.
That's why you did what? What the hell have you actually done besides just have a freaking, like, hissy fit on Twitter?
And the only people who can truly back against it, they do it in silence because they're too passive to become as immoral as you and me. You should have been too passive even post. Men deserve sympathy.
As immoral as you and me. By the way, this person admitted to wanting to murder people and is trying to compare that to saying men deserve to be loved.
Love. It's some BS grifting. Manipulating your audience. I don't care about the political BS. But you pretending to be like my beloved disgusts me. Wow, yeah, I feel gross after reading that. I feel like I just read someone's, like, really bad fanfiction. And yeah,
It basically
I think that's a good
was.
place to leave it for today. I'm also kind of out of time now, but I do
No,
think
that was
was,
a
like, all the main
full-blown-
stuff going on here.
Like,
so crazy stuff indeed. Let
that
me
was
know
a
what you think
full-blown
about all
fan
this.
fiction fantasy
Stay
world. Like,
safe.
bro
What the
needs to
frick?
come back to reality.
What the frick did we just read, guys?
Wow.
But yeah,
That is
all the
some
Vtubers
stray
make videos
asylum
really cool,
behavior.
nice and based. So consider checking them all out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed my coverage, please also consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Appreciate ya. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you.
Bro, well, what do you expect, right? Their example of what a good person is not even real. It's a fake freaking anime character. Like, they're not even real. They don't exist. They were made up. Like, you're never gonna meet them or see them, or like, cause they don't really know, they're not real. They don't exist in reality. What a freaking loser. Ayo, Monodachis! Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find links to the videos that we reacted to today down in the description below, along with my Oshi marks. I'll see you in the next video, Monos. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. Saru!